Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, Michelle, they're probably watching you. That is an indicator that they have access to your phone. You might want to check all your hidden apps to make sure they haven't put an app on your phone and hid it. Depending on your make and model, there is a way of finding out if whether or not they have access through call forwarding and whatnot. You might want to look that up. They have a couple YouTube channels there here on YouTube that have the first couple codes that you can punch into your phone, into your dial pad, to find out whether or not they have control of your messages or whatever else. And try opening up all the apps on your phone to make sure that's exactly what they are. They'll post one app and they'll change the icon to make it look like something else. So take some time to go in through and be very thorough with the apps that you have on your and go through and make sure all your apps on your phone actually open up to what it's supposed to. So I'm gonna do 3 triple threats tonight. 3 and 3. So the first, second, or third one might resonate with you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But I'm gonna do three different Celtic crosses with clarification. Maybe not a triple threat, but I'm gonna do three different Celtic cross readings with clarification at least. But I don't know if I'm gonna do the triple threat. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If I need more clarification on the reading, then maybe I will, but if it's pretty well self explanatory, then I won't bother. going to be a quiet night. I have it in landscape mode instead of portrait. So chances are I won't be caught in the live feeds. It's going to be quiet. If I get 10, 15 people in here, I'll be surprised. People wonder why I don't do videos on here. I'm getting 24 to 30 views on those videos. I'm not getting a lot of traction. This is why to the live. So I'm gonna go ahead and have this quick cigarette here, and then I'm gonna get started. So you still have time to grab your coffee, your tea, whatever you're drinking. Make yourself comfortable. Giving a chance for the people to jump in. Welcome in, Lilith. I'm doing okay since the live ended up last night. They lost access. I had a little chat with Spirit earlier, and bit of a card session earlier, and it basically told me that whoever was attacking me last night, they're getting some major karma. No matter how much they try. I found it quite odd that Renee ended up having a headache there yesterday too. So if any of my tribe had a headache yesterday, know that it was spiritual warfare. But know that it's being back. We're not dealing with transmuting that stanky ass energy. It's being sent back and bound to them. Because I'm not fucking playing games anymore. That's okay, Lilith. You must have. Yeah, we can hope. Okay, we're going to start off with the Sacred Feminine. I'm going to do an intuitive read with this. I'm not going to bother reading the book. Going to do an overall collective and then tap into 3 different readings. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Again, if the readings resonate, you want a personal, hit up the Hipsy link in my description box. You want to donate to the channel, you can do so through PayPal. There's a donate button at Hipsy as well. Or you can get your personal reading. Book a session with me. Spirit, what's the message? All right, collective. Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light. Please be here to provide a beautiful message for my collective. Overall, as a collective, as well as different Celtic cross readings with clarification. Please only bring us the highest message for our collective. And let us be protected and blanketed with protection from the divine, so that any harm that is directed at us is automatically sent back to sender and bound to them indefinitely. Blessed messages come through tonight. Let any channelings come through tonight that are meant to be channeled. Any intuitive messages. And any messages whatsoever to bring us to our highest timeline and to allow us to stay 10 steps ahead of our haters. Collective, what I'm getting initially from these cards is that there's been a war on for your life and for your destiny pretty well since you were a child. And this is regarding your family. There's somebody in your family unit that really isn't part of your family that has basically had a war out for your destiny. They were jealous, envious. They tried to keep this a secret. They tried to keep this in the shadows, as they did not want you to become your authentic version of yourself. They casted a lot of judgment on you. They've casted a lot of judgment on your family, where they were not warranted to do so. And despite it all, you rose. You did rise from into your most authentic version of yourself. And it brought you to a different perspective of who was in your corner and who wasn't. And throughout this time, there was a great transformation within you to become your most authentic version of yourself. And there was a judgment had on that. There's a lot of judgment towards this transformation. And this transformation ultimately created a mirror. It showed you the truth of this karmic family. It showed you who was in your corner and who wasn't. It showed you who was in your. Uh, it showed you who was there to support you and who wasn't. I do sense that there was a lot of masks that got ripped off, and it created a huge confusion. However, you have been watched over. Mother Mary is showing up here. You've been blessed, you've been anointed, and part of that transformation. This is part of that great miracle that is you. You've been through a lot. You faced a lot of traumatic experiences, a lot of karmic energy, a lot of sabotage to prevent you from stepping into your most authentic version. And because you strive to become your most authentic version of yourself, be judgment on that. You've been guided by your heart, and you do have a mission here. And people tried to plant confusion over that mission. People tried to plant judgment and confusion over this authentic version of yourself that you tried to embody. Ultimately, this was to basically sabotage you. However, what was meant for your demise and what was meant to create your demise, it ended up becoming the miracle and became your rise instead. People wanted to bring war to your life and your mission and your purpose. And ever since you were a child, you knew that you had something bigger to do here. And anybody and everybody that was supposed to be a support system failed you. It brought you to a precipice where your authentic version had no other choice but to make certain judgment calls to cut these people out of your life and transform anyway. This, in essence, helped you become the miracle you are today. And I do feel that these people that tried to bring war into your life, They chose to misunderstand you on purpose. They didn't want to take you seriously. And they wanted to bring confusion to them as you. Please know that if this is a confirmation for you, you're not crazy. You did endure. You did go through what you went through. All the while they had to gaslight you to keep you from your purpose. Know that you are not crazy. What you experienced. But with all of the chaos and war that you endured, know that you are coming out on top. And know that you are guarded divinely. You've been watched over and you've been guided since a very little child, since your earliest of memories. You've always had a divine connection with the divine. And I do feel that Sophia, our creator, the sacred feminine, cradled you the whole way through. I'm also picking on the fact that because you had to make this judgment call and cut people, these people will be facing judgment for what they've done. They will not get away. They cannot run. They cannot hide. And the confusion that they put towards your transformation, your miracle, they will pay dearly for what they've done. They will not be reaching nirvana. They will not be going back to source. And quite will be left in purgatory for the rest of their soul's existence. This life is the last life that they will reside. They will not be reincarnated on Earth or anywhere else other than purgatory. Your enemies are running scared. They are losing and they know it. They are losing their footing. They are losing their ground. And with every bit of strength that you have to continue to rise into your purpose, you need to continue to rise to the most authentic version of yourself. And do not let doubt. Do not let up. Do not give up. Do not submit. Because I do feel the best is yet to come for you. Although you went through the war of your life, peace is on its way. You're a prophet. You're a prophet of the ages is what Spirit's telling me. You are also an earth angel. And this has taken your whole life to accept. And because of your trials and tribulations and the war that you've experienced, this has given you no other choice but to see things from perception and different perspective. I'm really sensing that there's been prophetic dreams, prophetic visions that have been very taxing on your spirit. Some of them have come to pass, and there are some yet to come to pass. You've been given a glimpse into the future, up to what this world can become, and this is part of your mission to steer it in the right direction. You're not behind, you're right on time. And I do feel that most of your life you were not taken seriously. And this was part of the judgment and the confusion that was put on your transformation. Because people did not want to take you. Your prophetic visions and your dreams will come to pass. So, what is being shown to you is your message to the world. It is time to stand on that. As your dreams and as your prophetic visions come to pass, people will start to take you seriously. They will have no other choice but to see the truth. You will have a lot of people coming back from the past because they're facing judgment. And they have no other choice but to clear out this confusion and recognize the miracle that is you. You tried to steer them in the right direction and they chose to do something different. They chose to not listen. That is not on you to feel guilty about. That is not you to bear the pressure of their failing defiance. It was their choice to not listen and to heed your warnings. As everyone has their own free will to make their own choice. People will spin the block. People will come back around. And I'm afraid to say for a lot of them it will be too late. The people that you choose to cut out, the people that you are instructed to cut out of your experience, it is meant to hold your peace and it's meant to hold your energy. These people were siphoning from you, siphoning from your abundance, siphoning from your protection, from your divinity. And this is why you are being asked to hold peace within your heart and to protect your energy. Although the divine asks you to forgive those that they know not what they do, it is ultimate choice. The only thing that will help them, the only thing that will steer them right is their repentance. And know that it is not your job to take on that responsibility of them. They make their bed, they can lie in it. And this is how serious it will become. There will be some visions and dreams coming to you very soon of future prophetics. And you are to speak up and to speak out on these prophetic dreams and visions. This is going to happen over the dark night. And it's not the dark night of the soul, but it is the dark night of winter. You've been given the secrets of the ages and of the universe. This is part of your message. This is part of your transformation. You are to speak on your transformation. You are to speak on your miracle. The people that choose to not see that, it is not your responsibility to make them see. If they choose to misunderstand you on purpose, that is their loss. And they are to blame but themselves. The Orion. Visions of the future. Your life and future are in your hands. You're a powerful manifester with the ability to create the life of your dreams. What you focus on with unwavering faith is what you will experience. Focus your energy not only on what you want, but on the feeling you want to feel. For the feelings are what will bring you the safety and connection you desire. Activation. I am the visionary of my future. Spirit wants you to have no regrets for being that guide. And for those that choose not listen, they will face their own consequences. It is not up to you to make them listen. You have no regrets if those that choose to misunderstand you on purpose choose to not listen. They will get theirs. Worry not. I'm also picking up that you are the guide to the new earth. You're one of many. And this is why you are divinely protected. So when Spirit calls you, have no regrets, because it is for your highest. You are guided. You are guarded. You are protected. And those that try to come against you are not coming against you, but divine. They're going against the divine. And the moment that you understand that, the moment everything changes. They will have no other choice but to understand this. Somebody's coming in to gaslight you. They're not going to be calm about it. Spirit's saying they're going to be extremely offended. This person is extremely immature. Emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And they're at the precipice of receiving a lot of karma for what they've done behind the scenes. They're trying to come in to get you to regret what you're doing. They're trying to come in and create a criticism and to get you to question what you're doing. Meanwhile, you're divine. They are ultimately confused, as they should be, because you are sitting in a different frequency than them. The people that do not know you, do not waste your time trying to get them to understand you. Because the people that are meant to understand you will. These people that are trying to come in are not going to be calm about it. They're going to be quite angry, quite hostile. And they're coming in to basically say that they're not the ones that are doing this damage to you. Meanwhile, you will know by the fact that they cannot meet you frequency. They will expect you to diminish yourself in order to meet them where they are. You will know this through the energy, and you will know this through what they say to you and how they go about their experience regarding you. There are certain people currently right now trying to find you, trying to find where you are. I'm in. To infiltrate your space. But they will be facing karma. And I'm also picking up that they are going certain people towards you to find out, to get your address, to get your whereabouts, to get your location, in order to come at you. And I understand that you've been keeping your quiet, that you've been keeping it silent, that you've been keeping it to yourself, which you've been guided to do so. And you need to continue to be guided to do so. The people that choose to come in to try to surprise you, will be in for a extreme rude awakening. Some of them will not actually make it. Okay? And I do believe that they very well could incite the police authorities to find out what your location is out of some sort of a wellness check. And these are the people that are behind the chaos and the war that they've tried to incite within your life. You are currently in isolation. You are currently in a solitude. You are currently in a hiding. And the fact that they will go to these lengths to try to get your location is against the law. They are literally putting your safety at risk, and these people will be held accountable for what they've done. These people are wanting you to regret the way you're guiding people. And how you're guiding people is to help them to their authentic version of themselves. There's nothing to regret here. These people that are coming in because they have lost control of you. Puppeteer the people around you, to judge you, and to bring in an adversity to you, to bring challenge, to make you second guess your purpose, to distract you. And the fact that they are at a loss. They're literally grasping at straws at this point. But they're in such a bitterness that Source is going to give them that they will never forget about forgiveness. Most of what has already happened to you, collective, given, and you've given it up to the divine. You've sent it back to Source. And this is how you were able to heal a lot of the trauma and relations that you've gone through. A lot of the chaos that they've sent to you. This is one of the avenues that you've taken to release yourself from the burdens and the you've given it ultimately back to Source. You've went through this idea to forgive, but you will not forget. And this is why you've cut these particular people off. This is why you've cut these. But these people are relentless and bitter, and they choose to continue to try to meddle. And for these people to on to grudges regarding you, they're going to be taught a very valuable lesson about forgiveness. A lot of these people will be brought to their demise due to what they are causing you. They will have no other choice but to face what they've done. And judgment. Collective, you are about to get justice in ways that you don't even feel possible. The chaos that has been brought to you, very immature people, have no regrets. You did your best to guide these people. You did your best to calm the storms that they've sent you. And again, these storms that were brought to you to create your demise will ultimately rise. Spirit is asking you to be strong, to continue to be guided, to reconnect with your inner child, to continue to move forward with forgiveness. You are embodied with source energy from many different galaxies. This was ultimately from your transformation. And the moment you step into that, everything will change. Things are about to change drastically for you, but in good ways. You already have evidence of this transformation. So continue moving forward and know that the best is to come despite the chaos that you see. Chaos is but a distraction to your elevation. Again, you will be getting revelations and you will be getting visions and you will be having prophetic dreams coming to you in the coming months. They will give you the answers that you seek to continue to move forward. The confusion and the fog and the chaos is but an illusion. It's very 3D, where you focus on the energy. You will also be meeting new tribe members. People from your soul family. This is being instigated by source energy, by the divine. Spirit, what's the situation, Spirit, for the first reading? Two of Pentacles. Good challenge. The Nine of Swords. The headspace, intellectual, the mind space. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The heart space, emotions. The Seven of Pentacles, reversed. What is number one walking away from? Eight of Pentacles, reversed. What are they walking into? The Queen of Swords. 3 to 6 months. Attitude in relation. The Hermit reversed. Influence. The hopes and fears. Outcome. What's the Two of Pentacles? The Nine of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. The heart space, the Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Queen of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. The Hermit. The Magician. Seven of Wands. And the Four Cups. The Seven of Swords. And the Hierophant. You've been trying to find balance. You've been juggling quite a bit. You've been dealing with not so innocent people. You've been dealing with very immature individuals. Trying to alchemize this to people that were absolutely obsessed with you, throwing rocks, hiding their hands, being very, very selfish, making you out to be extremely selfish, making you out to be a user, an abuser, when you're nothing of the sort. It's really picking up on a tit for tat kind of situation. And it's all because you chose to walk away from these individuals that they got obsessed with you. And behind the scenes, they tried to ruin you by throwing rocks and they've left you in a space of confusion due to the spreading rumors, petty conversations, smearing your image, making you look like a fool when you're not, trying to diminish your character. All because they wanted to be in your energy and you would not allow them. You created boundaries with these people. They tried to make you out to be very, very, that you're very stubborn, that you're very easy, you're very promiscuous, yet very selfish, very much a user. Where the only reason why you walked away is because you were done with the conflict, you were done with the chaos that they brought into your life. So because you created boundaries and you were no longer willing to take any risks, you were not willing to just pretzel yourself into being something that you're not. You bottled up your feelings. You realized they were trying to create chaos where there was none. And walking away, they tried to ruin you. Ruin your image. And ultimately, all of this came back to bite them, and it wreaked even more chaos and havoc in their life. Because everything that they wanted to became them. Everything that they said that you were, they were. Everything that they wanted for you, they received. Which made them more infuriating. Infuriated. All because you cut them off. All because you created a boundary. All because you wanted to move on with your life. All because you were nurturing your truth. You weren't wanting to search for answers regarding them. You were no longer blinded by or blinded to the truth. You see it for what it was. You literally wanted nothing to do with these people, and they tried to destroy your life. All because you created and focused on you and yourself. They felt that you owed them. They felt entitled to your energy. They felt entitled to who you were becoming. And they couldn't understand that you were cutting them out, nothing to do with them. They were siphoning off of your life essence. They were siphoning off of your abundance. They were making you out to be something that you were not. Stepped your boundaries. They quite frankly did not care about anyone but themselves, which they were selfish ones. I do pick up that you were very nurturing to this person, and that's what they missed the most. The fact that you tried to see them from the deeper parts of who they were. You ultimately seen the potential that this person could become, but they chose not to see that. The whole thing is, here, collective, is every time you tried to build roots and settle yourself down, they created chaos to the point where you had to pack up and start moving again. As soon as you started to come out of the woodwork and start to be social again, they took that as a way of finding out where you were to chaos to the point where you had to be up and going again. Constantly adding chaos where there was none. Constantly adding pressure where there was none. Literally trying to destroy your everyday, every movement. Of even trying to put down roots. This person is literally obsessed with you and your energy. Because of how loving, how nurturing, how kind that you were. This person is trying to bring out the worst in you and to make you to fit a narrative that they've been painting of you behind the scenes. They literally want you helpless and not being able to retaliate because they're throwing rocks and hiding your hands. You're not too sure as to where the rocks are coming from. So you really can't pinpoint who these people are. You've kind of had no other choice but to come around and accept the chaos that they're trying to put into your life. And not only are they trying to manipulate you through energy, they're trying to send you people to play with your heartstrings, to get you entrapped, playing with your feelings. The fact that they're involving third parties, the fact that they're trying to create a manipulation, intervening within your experience, you know that you deserve better than this. The thing is the divine is not watching. They think that they're getting away with this. They think that they can throw rocks, and hide their hands. But what they don't understand is the divine is seeing absolutely everything that is going on. They're infiltrating your space and your energy by intervening with new people, bringing new people into your reality and your environment to gain control over you. And it's really giving me trafficking vibes. And they've involved certain people with certain particular resources that are about to get caught up. And it will ultimately stem back to them as to why there's been so much chaos in your life. They ultimately want you to seem like you're self sabotaging. But what is very evident is that very powerful. You're very respectable. You're very loving. You're very kind. And the fact that you give your love and your kindness and your empathy to other people, and the fact that these people only have the ability to throw rocks and hide their hands because they know ultimately that you would reject them, that you want nothing to do with them. And this is why they send these new people to your reality. And that's how they harvest your energy from these new people. This is why you've been called to be in solitude. They ultimately want you isolated, but the divine has allowed you to use this time to find peace and love and comfort within your heart and your soul. So where they feel that you are isolated, where you have no support, you have uh, where they're basically trying to make you feel incomplete, alone, and they're trying to bank on this loneliness that you will eventually give up and submit. They don't believe that you're willing, but you have, and you've created even stronger boundaries for yourself. Do you see that the third parties and the people that they are involving are now walking away? At first, they were making it as entertainment and as a joke. It would seem like it's a joke. And it's almost like they were saying that, you know, they are with you, but they're really not. And they're trying to play a joke on the friend. And then these third parties find out what the true essence of the situation is, and now they're walking away because they even know that you deserve better treatment. And people are starting to find out their game. People are starting to find out their situation. And I do believe that people are saying that they are watching you, but they're not watching you with the same intention as they were before, with this scheme behind the scenes. And a lot of third parties and a lot of these people that they're trying to bring into your energy are seeing the truth now. They're walking away from this imbecile. Spirit's saying about them being caught up for what they're doing because they've gotten too many people involved in this game, in this scheme. And it's ultimately becoming evident of what they were trying to do and manipulate and creating chaos. And this is why they are ultimately getting caught up. And they're begging to try to work out and negotiate about the fact that these people want to come forward to show you proof and validation of who, why, when. These people are begging them to come forward and not tell you the truth. And Spirit's saying something about the fact that some of them have lost their life because they are witness of what it was and they've been taken out because they stood up to this person and wanting to bring you clarity. And because of this, they got rid of them. This is also going to be coming to light. And I do believe they have lost the right and the reason to. I think you blocked this person already on social media. And the people that they've incited to look you up and to keep tabs on you aren't telling them anything. A lot of these people are not telling them what they want to hear. And they're being guided by the divine to bring certain information to you. So I do believe very well will get some sort of communication soon regarding these people. You will be getting the confirmation that you need. And Spirit's saying to the full of the law, you will find out that these people were stalking you. You will find out that they were creating chaos in your life. You will find out that they were trafficking you. They were also doing magic. Death magic, suicide magic. So if you've been feeling low, if you've been feeling like death is around the corner, know that it is a projection from them. Know that it is a figment of your imagination. Know that it is a projection. Know that it is not your energy. These third parties and these integrations of all these other people will be coming forward. They do know that you deserve better treatment, that you do not deserve to go through this. And this was extremely selfish of them. And the fact that they were trying to destroy everything that you're building, the fact that they were character, the fact that you're going to find out the truth. This person that is inciting all these people are getting blackmailed now. Well, if you don't want me to speak on the truth, then I guess you better me. Is what's going on. And this is why that it's not really happening. This is why that it's not coming forward just yet. It's almost as if they are blackmailing them for you. It's almost as if they are going broke due to this blackmail. And all this money that they're, this prosperity that they're gaining on this blackmail is coming in for you. Because they are ultimately coming in with the truth. Spirit's saying this message is not for everyone, but if it resonates, it could very well be for you. There's definitely a Taurus energy out here that's been betraying you, that's been lying on you, that's been causing chaos to your Ten of Pentacles and what you're building. And they have no other choice but to come in and reconcile with you because they're being stopped in their tracks. You're stepping in this Empress energy and you have a new one in as you are standing on business, and you will be coming into a time of rest. Somebody does not want you walking away from them. Meanwhile, you're continuing to move forward and blowing up their whole idea to reconcile with you. And you're finally bringing this to an end. And they're in their feelings, knowing that they're not getting what they want. Spirit is saying that the information that you are about to find out is going to make you want to snap. This person is ultimately going to come in to apologize to you, and that will ultimately expose them. Spirit wants you to continue to nurture yourself. Not snap out. But once you find out the truth, you have every reason to leave them in the dark. You do have new love coming in. And I do believe it was one of the third parties. They've actually fallen in love with you. And they're the one that's going to come forward with the truth. It will be up to you to make that decision whether or not you want to allow them in your space and your energy. It's kind of a situation where the truth will piss you off, but it will set you free. Ultimately, I feel that you will choose no on this love offer. It very well could have been a gem trade you. It very well could have been a Gemini that tried to steal your Wheel of Fortune and turn your destiny upside down. You're ultimately going to get wish fulfillment, Collective. And people coming in to collaborate with you, to bring joy, happiness. There's going to be a lot of illumination coming in to help you to build a new foundation. People are collaborating now to bring you justice. The second reading. Spirit, what's the situation? The Knight of Swords. The challenge. The Three of Swords. The mind space. Intellect. Thoughts. The Star. The heart space. Emotions. The Ace of Swords. What are they walking away from? injustice. What are they walking into? Now to the 3 months. The 5 of Wands. 3 to 6 months. 9 of Pentacles. Attitude in relation to the situation. Five of Cups. Influence. The High Priestess reversed. The hopes and fears. The Moon. The outcome. Six months to a year. The Magician. Spirit is speaking on this and stating that the war has just begun, collective. If this is your message, it's far from over. Spirit's also saying that you are able to take a moment of rest, but knowing there will be a time where you need to pick up your sword again. To be vigilant, to keep your eyes open, to be very attentive. But the war is far from over. It's the moon, Renee. And there's like 6 or 7 planets that are in retrograde right now. At least 5 or 6, if not 7 planets. They're all in retrograde, and most of them are in Scorpio right now. So, just roll with it. When I said that shit was going to be, I wasn't kidding. I didn't stutter. The Knight of Swords, Spirit. The Challenge. The Mind Space. The Heart Space. The Past. The Now. Sure. The Attitude in relation. The Influence. The Hopes and Fears. the magician, the outcome. I'm gonna need a cigarette for this one. Collective, what I'm about to say to you, part of me, I think you just need to cut your losses. Because there's definitely somebody here that see, the thing is no matter how much I try to step into some sort of avenue or arena where I'm trying to give you positive messages, it's almost like there's always that collective karmic energy that's meddling to try to destroy everything, that even my messages that I try to bestow. And they want me to quit. They want me to quit doing what I'm doing. Clearly, it's evident. But they also want me to quit what I'm doing so that way they can have the upper hand in your experience as well. They not only want me to quit doing what I'm doing, but I'm really picking up that this is the darkness at hand. It's not even particularly any type of karmic specifically, but it's the overallness that is trying to reign and wreak havoc, right? And the fact that I'm standing up to that darkness, and the fact that I'm trying to diminish the darkness and to bring things back to balance, not only for myself, but for other people. The darkness doesn't like that. The darkness doesn't like the fact that I'm winning, despite what they've done. The fact that they've done everything in there to ruin what I'm doing. They're ultimately trying to ruin what I'm doing and ruin what you're doing. And the Spirit's saying something about killing two birds with one stone. They're ultimately trying to bring you to your demise. Just as they're trying to bring me to my demise. They don't want us winning. They don't want us getting the upper hand. But unfortunately, that's not an option. Because we will rise. And anything and everything that was meant for our demise will become our rise. There is no other option. And this is why we will ultimately win. But if we think that the war, it has ultimately just begun. And our biggest challenge at this point is to dig deep down within ourselves to muster the courage to empower us to rise above it. That's the hard part. Because they don't want us to recognize our true power. They don't want us standing in our power, let alone recognizing it. The more powerless we are, the better for them. The situation is, a lot of us, a lot of the people in the world think that we are fighting against people when it's a spiritual war. And because it is a spirit, the darkness can feed off of anyone that is unhealed. It can ultimately feed off of people in the karmic frequency. And people wonder, how can I protect myself against the nothing? How can I protect myself against the darkness? The only ultimate way to protect yourself is to rise above your trauma, to face your demons, to face the chaos. Spirit saying something about the fact that our lives depend on it. The future of our world depends upon it. The thing that pisses me off the most about all of this, within the age of technology and the fact that we have this technology in our fingertips, we still fail to create a situation where people are actually banding together. We should have more community and more coexistence and more collaboration than we do right now. But what we do have is a lot of people at each other's throats, wreaking havoc, trying to bring about people to their demise. And it seems as though, because of the distractions and the chaos, there's a heck of a lot more energy out there than divine energy. And it's because everybody is so extremely pissed off at the fact that they've been lied to, they would sooner sit there and focus on the distraction than focus on the solution. The distractions are keeping us from healing. The distractions are keeping us from stepping into our highest version of ourselves, our most authentic version, because of the distraction. So you're going to get some communication in the next couple days, next couple weeks, and somebody's going to come out, come around from the past to go out for coffee, to have a coffee date. For some reason, they need to speak to you, and they want to speak to you in person. Just know that these people have been infiltrated. When this person wants to speak to you, they can speak to you over the phone. But they're going to want to have a coffee date. They're going to want to have a meetup. They want to start planning something with you, to have some sort of a discussion with you. And the thing is, you're to turn this specifically if you feel that there's red flags to this conversation. If you don't feel right, if something feels off, know that into your intuition. There's definitely history with this person. There's definitely things that have happened in the past, and they haven't learned a damn thing. Okay? They're trying to repeat patterns. And Spirit's saying something about them wanting to get back into your good graces, but it's basically only to betray you. They're currently being haunted, they've done to you, and they're trying to gloss it over. They're ultimately trying to love bomb you, and they feel that you are healing. And they feel that the time that has progressed and passed has allowed you to heal from the memory, to heal the hostility and the burden of betrayal. They feel that they've given it enough time to blow over and that they want to come back in and do it all over again. They do not want to take accountability for what they've done. And the moment you mention the past, you'll know right away by the gaslight you. They'll come around and they'll basically say, what, you're still not over that? Testing your temperature to see if you'll let them back into your energy. Because you've clearly cut the cords, you've clearly cut the ties that they once had with you. You've healed, you've elevated, you're at a higher frequency, and they're trying to get on your bandwagon to keep you in the low vibration because they haven't learned, they haven't elevated. The thing is, you've elevated, you've ascended, you're learning lessons, and you're preparing for a new phase. I do not want you to continue into this new phase. Your heart knows the way. Your heart has the map. And this is why they are so focused on you. They're definitely watching you. They definitely regret what they lost. There's no one like you. You're like a unicorn. And where they did not want to commit to, now they do. The thing is that you're not looking back. You're moving forward. And they know that. They can feel that. And where they created a huge injustice for you and a difference of opinion and left you for dead, they are not only regretting losing you, they're not regretting their actions. They haven't changed one bit. Is that they're not listening to their intuition and they want to disconnect you from your intuition. They want to gaslight you. At one point, they had a bit of a telepathy, kind of mind altering kind of way about going about themselves and to cause you conflict and to cause you issues. They were gaslighting your intuition. They were gaslighting what you were bringing up. They were treating you in such a way that made you question your reality. And because you're into a independence where you're not needing anybody from the past, you're looking forward. It's almost kind of giving me a feeling like they're feeling like they're being left behind. They ultimately want you to get distracted and look back and feel guilty that you're leaving them behind. And the fact that you have disconnected from them, you've cut the tether to them. This is causing them a lot of conflict because they are no longer protection. They are no longer able to connect and siphon off of your energy. And they're trying to come back in to betray you yet again. They want you to feel guilty that you're not speaking to them, that you're not taking action towards them like you used to. They want you to feel guilty for elevating without them. Meanwhile, they're not willing to elevate. And this is a feeling like they're feeling left behind, and you give no fucks. You give no care. You do not give two shits about this person, whether they exist or you're done with their fuck shit. You are done with their drama. You are done with the injustice and the imbalance that they brought to your life. And they're ultimately coming in to test your temperature to see whether or not you're going to reject them or not. And if you reject them, they're going to try to cause you major conflict. So be very, very careful what you speak to about this person because they're going to ask you about what's going on with you, how are you doing, kind of thing. And you need to keep it close to your chest. You need to keep what's going on with you to yourself. Because ultimately, this person wants to use absolutely everything they to them against you. Because if they feel at any point that you're going to reject them, do absolutely everything in their power to end everything that you're working on, to end your ability to ascend. And this is why you need to use extreme when this person comes in. And ultimately, I would leave them on red. And if you remember back, you will remember that when you were in a time of need, they were not there to help you. When you were in a time of need, they left you on red. And you should hold that same energy to them. Don't be in this energy of two wrongs don't make a right. Don't be in this energy of, yeah, maybe let bygones be bygones. No, don't forget what they've done to you in the past. Because they will ultimately do that plus worse to you now. Because of the fact that you've ascended. Because of the fact that you are moving into your independence. Because of the fact that you are leaving them behind. They want you to feel guilty for this. They want you to be in sadness. They want to break you down back into a lower vibration. Just the fact that you have not reached out to them, the fact that you went silent regarding them, has got them infuriated. And again, they are going to come in to gas your ascension. They're coming in to misunderstand you on purpose. Coming in to basically make you into a mockery of your future endeavor. They want to criticize you for your growth. And with the High Priestess in reverse, they want to disempower you. This is their whole influence. And they're going to come in a way of surprise. They're going to come in a sense of rush. I need to come and speak to you. I need to be in your energy. I need to come and visit you. I need to be, we need to have a talk. We need to, we need to plan our future together. This could be in a few days. This could be in a few weeks. This could be in a few months. But for some odd reason, now all of a sudden, after leaving you, now all of a sudden, now they want to move forward with you. And they only want to move forward to stagnate you, to stop you, to leave you crushed, to leave you in sadness, to break your heart, to bring you a panic attack, to leave you in, to cast illusions. And if you allow them to do so, they will come in and they will manipulate you. They will degrade, they will put you to humiliation. They want to humiliate you. They want you feeling shame. And they're ultimately using magic in order to call you forth. Because you've either blocked them or you have you've just went silent with them. So they're going to try to find a way to come in to speak to you, to get back in your energy. And they have a certain way of going about it that they are going to, if they do succeed and get back in your energy, they think that you're going to not be able to say no to their offer. Because their offer is going to be too good to be true. This offer is very, very deceptive. And as long as you have no emotion toward them and you do not allow them back in and you leave them on red, they will create conflict, but ultimately it will fall short. They will also try to reach out to you with a fake account. They could very well be trying to gain access to your energy through a fake account. You could be on social media, you could be a content creator, and they are lurking in the shadows as we speak. I don't feel they've reached out to you quite yet, but within the coming days, weeks, or months, they will be reaching out to you. And they are going to try to infiltrate you through your content. This very well could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They could be in their feminine or masculine energy. And because you're not persisting or chasing them, or hunting them down, or trying to speak to them, they're going to think of you as very selfish for not speaking to them. So selfish is a very key word that they're going to message you if you leave. And this will be an indicator as to the person that you do not want to bring back into your life. Now, this person does not have to be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but they're going. You will know of this person, their selfishness, and their criticisms, and their ability to keep you in your emotions. Very reactive, trying to create a reactive abuse, trying to bait you with rage and conflict. So if you go back in your situations of certain people that are trying to come into your reality, you'll know who I'm speaking on. With this ascension, you're moving into a new phase of your life of independence, standing on your own 2 feet. And this person is going to try at all costs to get back in your energy. And it is at the time that you finally find completeness within yourself where you are no longer needing this person that is going to bring them to a realization that you want them in your life. They're going to project some sort of anxiety over you and try to have you in your head. And then just as that's happening, things are going to speed up for you. This person is going to feel helpless. And they're going to be in a position where everything is falling apart for them. But this is at the time where they are they're being watched by the divine right now as to how they're lurking and what they're projecting. So evident that you need to be in solitude and know what your own energy is all about, so that way you can identify that this is an energy being projected onto you. Because this will help you define and uh, differentiate what is being thrown at you and how to evolve and ascend from that. And you need to keep your heart guarded. You need to stay in a single kind of situation. Definitely try to do your best to find fulfillment where you're not needing to fill a particular cup, or that you are not in need. They're trying to project the feeling of loneliness over you, the feeling of entrapment. So that way, when they're going to be the beacon of good news, they're going to be the beacon of a new idea, they're going to be a beacon of justice, of it's almost going to seem almost divine, almost like a miracle that they're showing up out of nowhere. But understand that the energy that is being projected at you shortly beforehand of this happening, this energy of lower vibration is coming from them ultimately. And by you being aware of this, it will ultimately help you to understand that this is the person that I'm speaking on. Is going to come in. They're coming in very, very quickly. It's almost going to be a rush that they need to speak to you. They want to see you. They want to give you a hug, is very significant. And this is when you need to leave them on red. You need to nurture your intuition at this time in order to end out this cycle. Very, very important. They're going to come in to say that they miss you, but it's ultimately to come in to create chaos. They're going to come in to say that they want to heal things with you, but ultimately basically to ruin your foundation. And they don't have much to give you. It's literally them breadcrumbing you. You ultimately deserve better, and this is what the divine is saying. You're finally removing yourself from the tower and the chaos, and this is a person from the past. This is a person cut out. This is a person that has created a situation where they were extremely selfish. They did try to manipulate you. They tried to gaslight you. They tried to ruin your life. And all of a sudden, you're supposed to forget this from even happening. Because you are finally on the way out of this chaos, because you are finally moving forward, they feel this. And this is why you need to keep your cards close to your chest. And stance, and know that what has happened throughout this dynamic has happened for a particular reason. And you finally see the truth of how they are. You finally see the truth. The divine has shown you the truth. The divine has cleared out the clouds and the fog that they created. You've had the time to finally be in this energy of no longer looking back, to cut off the cords, to cut off the energetic ties, and to move forward into your independence. And because they're trying to come in, but they do not have good intentions. I'm telling you that right now. You do not need to see it from a different perspective. You do have a beautiful new beginning coming in for you. They're trying to ride your coattails, but it's ultimately to manipulate you. This is not a soulmate. They very well could come in saying that they soulmate and that they want to be with you now, and that they're being very strategic as to how they're coming in. But they're only coming in to shatter your heart all over again. Because they do see the legacy that you're building. They do see the success you have. And they do see that you're standing on business. So they're coming in to basically find out how healed you are. They're coming in to test the energy and test your temperature. Ultimately need to say no to this. And I wouldn't even say no to this. I would leave it on red and continue walking away. Continue moving forward. They very well try to come in and stop you. And you need to stand on business. Do not allow them to try to change your mind. They're ultimately going to come in and lie to you, emotionally manipulate you, that you are their 10 of cups, that you are their wish fulfillment, and that you guys could do beautiful things together. And once they have you in your grasp, they're going to leave you out cold. And you're eventually going to find out that they lied to you yet again. Trust this person in their idea of what they're coming into. They're coming in to try to so-called resolve the situation, but they're lying through their teeth. They want to start a new beginning. They want a leap of faith in a new direction. They want to balance things out with you. They want to celebrate your newfound independence and your newfound foundation. But it's ultimately to steal from you. And you will, in the end, know the truth. And you will be overwhelmed with the truth. And they're ultimately going to come at you in a gaslighting way to state that you sabotaged it, not them. Meanwhile, the fact that you're okay without them is paramount to your growth. So do not spend any further energy with this person, because they will give you no other choice but to make a decision that you do not want to make. And they are going to disempower you. And it's almost like they're going to come in to be like a knight in shining armor, so to speak. But it's really not a knight in shining armor. They're basically trying to leave you in the dark, steal what you have, and it's out on this new beginning. And basically leave you dusted and disgusted. So count your blessings that you've finally removed them from your energy. Please understand that you have done the work that you need to do to ascend. And do not allow these imbeciles back in your energy. Spirit is saying that their last warning before they come in. They're going to try to come in like they're a miracle. It's going to be too good to be. And the fact that they now want to pour into you is a figment of your imagination. It's a figment of their imagination. They're only coming in to betray you yet again and leave you destitute like they did before. So you're better off either blocking them out, them on red, or literally telling them where to go when they come back in. Because they've left you on red multiple different times already. They're not coming in to help you. They're not coming in to support you. They're coming in to feel better about themselves on how they can ruin your life. Because you've ascended past, well past them. And you've done the work, collective. And I'm ever so proud of you. You need to continue to move forward. Not allow them to distract you. You can forgive, but don't forget. But don't allow them back in your energy. Because this time, Spirit's saying that the way they destroyed you before, they've upped their game. So they're trying to come in and destroy you all over again and leave you destitute. Spirit's saying you might not come back from this. So this is why this message has come out. To use your discernment moving forward. And to yourself. Let's cleanse the energy one more time. Yeah. Literally coming in to lie to you and to bring an end to you. And betray you yet again. So this is a confirmation as to what you have in store if you let this person back in. And it's almost giving me a feeling to come in and finish the job that they couldn't do before. Because their ultimate job was to make you a sacrifice, to end you, to end your life. And Spirit's saying this is their last in order to fulfill their contract, in order to get what that they had. But they're not even going to make it. It's not going to happen. As long as you stand your ground. As long as you do not allow them back energy. You will know that they're lying to you. And if you listen to the message, you will get the upper hand. and your manifestations will come along. You will be moving in a new direction if you stand on business. You will love, and everything will become clear to you. And everything that you've ever wished for, as long as you continue to move forward, will come to pass. And this is what they're scared, because once you step up to this, once you end out this cycle officially, they will not be able to come with you. They're not meant to come with you. Their whole contract is meant to basically tell you what's too good to be true and to ruin what's coming in for you. They are not to come with you. No, it wasn't hidden from you, Sarah. I'm just not in the I'm not in the live feeds right now. I'm doing a landscape live. I'm not in a portrait live. The portrait lives get put in the short feeds. They get put in the live feeds. Because I wanted to be slightly hidden. The people that are meant to see this message are going to see this message. The people that aren't supposed to see this message won't. I don't want anybody listening in on it tonight. So. Because I'm doing a landscape rather than a portrait, it stays out of that feed. You have to literally either get the notification or come find me. One of the two. Spirit, what's the overall situation for reading number 3? The 5 of Pentacles. Challenge. Death. Okay. What's the mind space intellect? What's the thoughts? What's the focus? The 3 of Swords reversed. I think these 3 read progression. A past, present, and future progression. It's really feeling like they're all kind of in succession to each other. Different times and possibilities. What's the heart space? What's the emotions? I'm kind of feeling like if you disengage with this past energy, they're going to threaten like they're going to off themselves. Okay? If you do not help them out, they're just going to off themselves. They're just going to do themselves in. That's the kind of feeling like they're going to try to make you feel guilty for walking away from them. So be very, very discerning on that situation. Okay? What's the past? What are they walking away from? Yeah, chaos. The Temperance reverse. Okay, so what are they walking into? What are they walking into? The Nine of Swords. What's the 3 to 6 months? 3 to 6 months. The attitude in relation. Hold up, collective. I just have something to do before I continue. Seriously? I missed out? You bastards. Not you guys. I missed out on one of my tasks in my township. You're not screwed, Julie. Why do you feel that way? Attitude in relation to influence. Hopes and fears. And outcome. I'm really picking up on the fact that you're walking away from this chaos, and they want you to be all up in your head about it. They don't want you to be able to collaborate. That they're working together with other people to disenfranchise you and rip up your foundation. The thing is that you know the truth. You see the truth for what it is. And they're coming in to gaslight you to heal out this betrayal. But they're going to take their time. They're going to take their time pouring into you. But it's ultimately to cause more chaos and to leave you in your head. 1 minute they're going to be there, the next minute they're not. The next minute they're going to be there, the next minute they're not. They're going to be very hot and cold, very, very slow to provide for you. And it's all as they're siphoning off of your energy. That's all. This is how they're trying to reckon with you. But they're trying to reconcile with you so that way they get the upper hand and you don't. It's like they're trying to one-up you, is the feeling I get from this. When they know the truth. And they're going to come in to try to gaslight you. This is the third reading. And it is coinciding with the fact that you're leaving them out in the cold. It is coinciding that you are officially leaving this to die once and for all. And they're going to try to make you feel guilty for not wanting to heal this with you. or heal this with them. Meanwhile, you've already healed it. Walked away from the chaos. You've already alchemized the bullshit. You've already been in your head. You've already looked at it from all these different perspectives of how you could have healed it with them. And they didn't want anything to do with that. And because you're moving forward, now they're trying to ruin your foundation. And they're coming at you with multiple different people to disenfranchise you. But the truth will inevitably be clear to you coming into the situation. Their influence is to basically siphon off of you. In this, trying to do it by continuing to reconcile with you and play stupid, as if they don't know what the fuck they're doing, when they know exactly what they're doing. Trying to make it to where you're not getting the upper hand. And they're breadcrumbing you. They're coming in, they're going to beg you. They're wanting to beg you to nurture them. When you need to just continue nurturing yourself. Continue moving forward. Continue focusing on yourself. My compassion goes to you, Julie. Whereabouts are you, Julie? Like, are you in Canada, United States, New Zealand, country-wise? Okay. Do we have anybody in her area that can help her out? See, the thing is, collective, I wish I had enough where I could set her up in her own little place and to bring her to a safe place or safe haven. But I'm struggling myself, right? I'm still trying to make my own bills, let alone somebody else's. And this was a portion of why I created this channel, to create a place, create a space that I could call my own, and that I could, worst case, invite people in to find a place to heal and rise above and to step into their own authenticity and continue to move forward. This is the ultimate goal. But the darkness and the nothing has made it virtually impossible to be able to do that and to be able to create a safe haven. I'm having a hard enough time trying to find a safe haven for myself. And although my roommate, they're very, very accommodating, supportive, they don't even feel safe in where we are. So both my roommate and myself don't really want to be in the place where we are right now. The Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, no, the Challenge, the Death card, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Nine of Swords, yeah. The Three of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Swords, yeah. Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Wands reversed, the Nine of Wands reversed. Whoever you are for this reading, you are divinely guided, guarded, and protected. You need to trust in the divine at this. You need to trust in what the divine is trying to tell you. Because this whole idea of leaving you out in the cold is definitely a possibility. Alright, collective? However, you're about to leave this person in the cold. Because they're very immature. This person does not want to change. They do not want to grow up. So the person that's going to come in to reconcile, and you need to leave them on red, despite what they say. They left you out in the cold. It's time to play them by their own playbook. They're going to come to try to reconcile the betrayal, but don't waste your time, because they're trying to gaslight you into thinking that the could even happen, right? And that's how they're trying to come in and reconcile, by gaslighting you. They don't want to reconcile. They don't want to take accountability. And this is the thing. They're coming in to basically deceive you. And you need to bring this whole idea of having a coffee date to a death. End out the whole idea of having a coffee date with this person. Because all they're trying to do is ultimately bring you more pain. Be extremely guarded, apprehensive. Please put a wall up. Because all they want to do is leave you in a lot of pain. And so, if not, they want to bring you to your death. And if you allow them back in your energy, that's exactly what they're going to do. So just as I said earlier, your life does depend on it. There's no reason to be wasting time on clearing out this betrayal more than what you have within yourself. You've finally reconciled it. You're finally stepping into your independence. And the thing is they're trying to remove that from you. They're going to beg and negotiate and trying to work out as to happen from you. They're going to gaslight you, saying that they're going to allow you to be independent, you can be your own person, and then they're going to basically tell you that you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do this, and restrict you. Okay? You're going to know, by the way, that they're not going to be committal to you. And the fact that you know the truth, they don't want to commit to you. It's not even about a relationship anymore. It's not even about sexual energy anymore. It's the fact that they just want to basically live on your bandwagon. They want you to take care of them, but it's under their terms, not yours. They want you to be all up in your head about reconciliation, but there is no reconciliation. There's no coming back to this. There's no making it work. There's no second chance with this, and they want you to be ahead about it. Playing mind games. And the way that they're going to do this is they're going to come in and they want to collaborate with you, but it's really to ruin your foundation, to get you to miss out. It's basically to make you feel lost. They want to make it look like you can't let go of them, that you're in anxiety or whatever else, and that you're clinging to the past. Meanwhile, you let them go a long time ago. Make you feel like you're holding on to things, that you're clinging, that you can't let go, and you're in an anxiety. Meanwhile, you let go of them a long time ago. You have a angel watching over you, protecting you right now. If you go back to them, I'll tell you right now, that protection ceases to exist. Because you're ultimately spitting in your angel's face if you allow them back into your energy, cutting them off. And this is what they want. They want you to spit in your angel's face. They want you to betray your protection. If you continue nurturing yourself and pouring into yourself, they're in the process of facing legal trouble. They're having legal problems, they're having court visits, they're having legal papers having to be dealt with. They would have been married prior to you guys even meeting. And the reason why they are coming back again is because they finally divorced this person. You to nurture them because you were the best thing that ever happened to them, and this is why they're coming back. But they do not want to reveal the truth that they have nothing to offer to you. They're not going to come into a confession that they don't have anything to offer you. They're going to come in and offer you the world. They're going to come in and beg you for a second chance. But they're not going to shed any light on the fact that they're in debt. They have literally nothing to offer you. This previous person took them for absolutely everything they had. And it's almost as if their family is in the process of disowning them. And their family is disowning them because they didn't even get the upper hand with their family. I'm also getting the fact that their family is toxic. And that's what they're going to come in and say, that their family is toxic. But the family doesn't want anything to do with them because of their toxicity. But the apple don't fall far from the tree. They grew up in that toxic family, so they're just as toxic. And they're not gonna, there's very few people that have actually alchemized it. And the fact that you're connected to spirit, you are protected, you have divine intervention working with you, you have guardian angels watching. You've alchemized this. You've cleared this out. With the Three of Swords in the reverse, you've used this time to heal. You've used this time to raise your vibration. You've used this time to empower yourself. So you've done the work, collective. And you are a rarity. You may have come from a toxic family as well, a toxic dynamic. And this is why you were in this low, you're always meeting these toxic people because you were in this low toxic environment. And you grew up in this. But because you've alchemized this, you've raised your vibration, you've healed a lot of your trauma, and this is why I'm so evidently persistent at healing. And I'm speaking to you about healing. Healing that inner trauma, healing that inner child, raising your vibration. Because this ultimately raises your vibration out of that toxic environment and that toxic frequency. It takes you out of your south node into your north node. It's not an easy ask. It's not easy to do, but if you do it, divine works with you. The divine will protect you, providing you do the work, providing see the truth, the Ace of Swords. Somebody's going to come in and try to beg you for a sex. Don't give it to them. Because they're pretending. And the fact of the chaos to the past, you ripped off their mask. They can no longer pretend with you. And they're going to come and wear another mask, saying that they've done the work. They haven't. They're going to come in. They were pretending before. They're going to come in to say that they're not pretending anymore. They've done the work. But this is what's going to keep you in your head. thinking that this is an actual reconciliation when it's not. They're just siphoning off of your abundance. Because when you went into their life, they become abundant. But as soon as you left, everything fell apart. So continue doing the work and naturally elevate, and you will eventually become a reverse magnet. And the divine intervention will take place to the point where you will no longer be able to stay there anymore. Everything that's holding you back from removing yourself will become obsolete because you'll grow out of the environment naturally. And the divine will open up a pathway for you to move. And I'm speaking from personal experience. And the thing is that you will be into a higher vibrational perspective. And yes, you know what? The new place where you're going to go may be toxic, but it will be less toxic than where you were before. You need to keep it moving, keep elevating, because then you will eventually grow out of that space. You will grow off of that stepping stone into another stepping stone. And then you'll elevate a little bit more, and then you'll step into another stepping stone that's a lot higher vibration. And then you're going to grow out of that one, and then grow, elevate into another stepping stone. It's progression. Your timelines. And the more you heal, the more you raise your frequency, the better it's going to get. And although it may seem a little toxic, it'll be a lot less toxic than the previous. And you'll go out and you'll grow above and beyond this toxic environment. And sooner or later, you're going to be in your north node. And you'll know that you're in your north node because good things are going to start happening. Doors are going to open. The way is going to be clear in front of you. You're going to know exactly where you're going. And sometimes the people that you're going to integrate with, okay, them are going to want to heal with you because you're going to inspire them. This is the whole thing. You're going to meet people more or less in your caliber, in your wheelhouse, and you're both going to heal at the same time. I'm seeing that with my roommate and I. Right? We're both healing from a very toxic past. And it seems like we're healing together. And we're raising both of our frequencies to a point where we're able to move forward. But you need to get with the people that are going to want to heal with you rather than hold you back. There's certain people that my two previous roommates, they were very, very bitter. The ones that came into my life after my ex, that left me pretty well for dead at Christmas time, they were extremely bitter. They did not want to heal. I grew out of that space, and Spirit pushed me forward to make a decision and take action. So I took action. And everything seemed to fall into place as I stepped forward. I moved like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 4 or 5 times since my ex. And each time got a little bit better. Each time got a little bit better after that. Each time got a little bit better after that. And as long as you don't go back, the divine will stay protecting you. The divine will bring in a divine intervention and guide you forward. They will shield you from the pain, suffering, the chaos. The thing is that you're being watched. Checking your social media. They're trying to keep an eye on you. They're obsessed with your growth. They're obsessed as to where you're going, and they're trying to include other people, acting like they're not upset, to find out what your next move is. And for some of you, you need to go ghost on your social media. Stop posting about your day. Stop posting about what you're doing. Stop posting about your elevation. Stop posting about different things that are good happening to you, because they're trying to sabotage it. If anything, start posting a big fuck you to the past and let them have it through your social media. Because that's going to eat them alive. More so than showing how you're growing, where you're headed, and all this kind of thing. Because they want to bring an end to it. They're going to want a coffee date with you. But they're dating multiple people. They're trying to include new people. You're going to even have some new people even come out and want to go to have coffee and meet up with you. And these people are infiltrated. They could be people from the past. They could be new people. You need to stay to yourself at this time. They're trying to keep you isolated. But they're trying to bring other people in to screw you up. They're facing legal trouble right now. They're trying to sabotage you. They're wanting to leave you out in the... They're going to project onto you. They're going to project onto these people that are around you. They're going to infiltrate somehow, some way. They're going to infiltrate your jobs. So keep it quiet. Because they're just trying to create more chaos. All the while you're trying to elevate. They're trying to slow you down. So keep your cards to your chest. Don't be mentioning what you're doing. Don't be mentioning where you're going. Don't be mentioning what your plans are. Because the more you do that, the more they have to work with. To sabotage. They have something to aim at. So keep it to yourself. Your little wins, especially. The thing is, with my roommate, they know. And they've been also projected onto. They've been basically told spiritually and telekinetically to kick me out. To leave me out in the cold. And because I've let them know and I've communicated, this is the situation. They are more enlightened to the situation and they rebuke it and they send it back. You need somebody that's equally spiritually yoked that knows how to protect themselves, so that way all of this projection and all of this sabotage does not happen. Because a lot of these people are very much into the baneful magic, and they might not be infiltrating them physically or socially. They may be infiltrating them on a spiritual aspect, on a energetic aspect. So if your people that are around you are starting to act weird, you need to speak up about it. And they need to be equally yoked spiritually and know how to protect themselves, to protect the dynamic. And because I've been communicating with my roommate, they are also aware of the fuck shit that they've been doing. And since then, things have been kind of calm, cool, collected. But we're both energy where we don't want to be where we are right now. But as you elevate, you're going to eventually elevate to where they can't touch you. You're going to elevate to the point where they can't get in your inner. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they don't want to happen. But it's going to happen whether they like it or not. And it's up to you to protect yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Because they be projecting their dumbass, bullshit, toxic energy. This could be exes, this could be family members. You could be getting it from all of the above. And it's up to you to protect yourself. Some of these people actually think that they're clever and going to get the one up on you. And it's not going to work as long as you're communicating to those that matter. Keep your cards close to your chest. Sometimes you're going to have to cut out people that are toxic, that don't know how to protect themselves. It's going to be to the point there's certain people that, you're going to have in your life that aren't equally yoked. And they're going to be infiltrated. And they don't even know what they're doing. They don't know how or why they're doing it. It doesn't make sense to them as to why they're feeling the way that they're feeling. And it's because they're being projected upon. You need to stay vigilant and keep your cards close to your chest and continue to heal and continue to empower yourself and rise above it. And you will eventually find your ground. You can stand on solid ground. And things will start working out for you. It's going to take time. And it takes a lot of work. So ultimately, collective, that is your reading. I hope it served you well. I will be open for personal readings over the weekend. So if you'd like a personal reading, you can come forward. Roxanne, if if you're still watching, you're welcome to reach out for your personal reading. Um, as well, Maureen, if you'd like to reach out, you can reach out through the email. Michael, if you're watching, you can reach Facebook Messenger. I will be open to do those readings that you won. And Roxanne, if you're listening, you still have a 30-minute session with me as well on top of that. So not only do you have a full reading available, but you have a 30-minute session available too that I spoke to you about in a previous read before. So if you want to get it all at once, you can do that. I'll spend a couple hours with you and we'll do a reading and we'll do a coaching session to help you rise above what you're going through. I really wish you all the best and empowerment in your healing. And otherwise, I'm going to turn off from collective readings. I'll be back here Monday evening. So feel free to come back Monday evening. Otherwise, if you want a personal reading, you can reach out to me throughout the Hipsy link and go ahead and get a reading. You can book a session with me and whatnot available. I'm going to open up my hours a little bit more for Hipsy but try to book a day in advance so that way I can get the notification and I can make time for you. I'm usually pretty good to be available, but I want the heads up, so worst case, 3 or 4 or 5 hours ahead of time is beneficial rather than just booking a session right off the bat because I don't know what I'm up to. I might be out shopping, I might be out grabbing some food, I might be sleeping, whatever the situation is. So I want to make sure that I'm available to you. It doesn't matter what time you book, but just try to book a day in advance at least. Okay? But I'll be back again Monday for another collective, and I am open for personal readings over the weekend. Okay? I'm kind of curious as to how that's going to work out, Maureen, for readings. So, um, yeah, whenever you're ready, my dear. On that note, please be good to yourself if you can't be good at it, so that you can be good to others. And I'll catch you in the next video.